Hello, WAP students. This is Miss Naylor here, just going to give you a quick tutorial on how to create your key concept packet for the AP World History semester review project. So what I have here is the AP World History course pulled up on Schoology. I'm going to go to the period 4 folder because that's where the semester project folder is located. So that's where you start. We're going to scroll down to the semester 1 final project. Click there. And then to start the semester 1 final project outline, I want to have a couple of things of windows open. The one window that I might want to have open for reference is the example outline packet. I just right clicked on that so I could get it open in a new window. This way I can know what my key concept packet is going to look like or will look similar to. And then the other thing I want to have open is the key concept packets folder. When you click on this, if you get something that looks like that, just click on the little box there with the arrow and it will come up. All right, so we've got our two windows there. And then the other thing that you're going to want to have open is the semester 1 final project outline. So this is the actual assignment. This is where once I have this video done, you'll find the video here, and then also you'll find your template, your individual template. So I have actually already opened this and I titled this example 18 template outline packet. I'm going to call it actually example chapter 18. Okay, so I'm going to be using chapter 18. So the first thing I'm going to want to do here is well, I guess the first thing I should do is put a chapter 18 here because that's the one I'm doing. Oh, it's reconnecting. So hopefully it'll do that in just a moment. So one thing I also want to have open that I just realized is going to be the semester 1 final project criteria. And the first thing I like to do when I'm creating these, let's see, now I can edit it. Okay, so 18. And this is, chapter 18 is post-classical Africa, or whatever the title is in the book. So the first thing I would like to do, or I find it handy to do, is to scroll down to the bottom of this page, and then for chapter 18, I just want to copy and paste the key concepts that I am responsible for chapter 18, and I'm going to put them right at the top here. Now I'm going to delete those as I go, but I really find this helpful because then I can go into the key concept packet and pull those and make sure that I'm applying them to the chapter. So now that I know I'm doing chapter 18, oops, went to the wrong thing there. This is real life, guys. I am not a perfect person, but I'm doing my best. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open the period 3 key concept packet. And I can see that the first key concept I'm responsible for is 3.11 Roman numeral 1 letter A. So I'm going to go to the key concept packet. I'm going to go to key concept 3.1 Roman numeral 1 letter A. And Roman numeral 1 letter A is that improved transportation technologies and commercial practices led to an increased volume of trade and expanded geographic range of existing and newly active trade routes. So it says existing trade routes flourished and promoted the growth of powerful new trading cities. You must understand and identify these trade routes and cities. Okay, so this is clearly language that I just added there. And now I'm going to go back and see what one is going to apply to Africa. So I've got the Trans-Saharan, and then I've also got the Indian Ocean Basin. Now, I'm going to do the Indian Ocean Basin ones first because that's what I looked up in the book. So I'm going to go with the Indian Ocean Basin first. Okay, so underneath this, you could do this in italics like I did on my sheet, or you could do this in a different way. Like you could bullet this or whatever. Your organization is up to you. What I did was I looked in my book. And I found the section titled Indian Ocean Trade and Islamic States in East Africa. And that was on page 390 to 391. And I read those pages, and they talked about the Swahili city-states and how the Swahili city-states grew during this time. And so now what I'm basically going to do is summarize that information and relate it to this key concept. Now, this page of the book has lots of information about actually all of these key concepts here, but I'm going to specify my information for this, which is about trade routes. Okay, so I could do this in a couple of sentences, and I'm going to start by saying that Swahili society was built by Bantu groups along the coast of the Indian Ocean. These kingdoms or city-states facilitated trade from the interior of Africa to Indian, Malay, and Arab merchants. Now, the second part of this key concept, when I look at the packet, talks about cities. So that's what I'm going to do too. I'm going to say that cities, and I get this list just from the book, such as, let's see here, Kilwa, Mogadishu, Sofala, and Sofala built wealth on taxing and controlling trade in their ports. Kings controlled trade and public life. So I feel like that really summarizes the African role in the Swahili trade, at least this section of that key concept. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to repeat that process for the other key concepts, but I'm going to make sure that I go back and it's clear that this is supposed to say A. Oops. Again, not perfect. Me. It's supposed to be letter A. Okay. The next letter I'm supposed to do is C. So let's take a look at what that says. The growth of interregional trade in luxury goods was encouraged by significant innovations. Previously existing transportation and commercial technologies, including more sophisticated caravan organization, use of the compass, astrolabe, larger ships, and sea travel, and new forms of credit and monetization. All right, so this here, I'm probably going to find that in my chapter for West Africa, but I could, and I should, list the luxury goods that I see in East Africa. So I'm going to go back here, and I don't like that this is indented here. I'm going to like take that out and just say A. And when it tries to format it, I'm just going to go back, because I don't like that it's going to format it for like that for me, because then I have to it just makes things a lot harder. So I'm going to say C, because if I did that, then this would be a B, and that's just not what I want. So C, I can copy all of this and use that and keep it in my key concept packet, or I could take this out and just list the luxury goods that I find. And again, I'm going to do this for West Africa as well. But on pages 390 and 391 in my book, I find that I have a list of luxury goods like gold, slaves, oops, yep, there we go, ivory, and exotic local products such as tortoise shells, leopard skins, etc. So these are all coming from the Swahili city-states. And again, I'm going to repeat that for West Africa. The bulk of this is going to be, yeah, you're going to, the bulk of this packet is going to be your key concept outline. Now, one thing I would encourage you to do is perhaps I would think to myself, oh man, I should really add in a map of the Swahili city-states. So I might encourage myself to like go back and put that in. And then as I respond to these, I would change the color of them or highlight them, something to help me remember, okay, I don't need to do those anymore. I've already done them. So you're definitely going to be using your book for this. You're definitely going to be reading it and then transcribing, or sorry, not transcribing, but modifying that text. You can also do this with other sites as well, but your book is the best place because otherwise you're going to be putting in stuff that doesn't really need to be there. So that's the fastest way to complete this. Use the subject headings in your book. That's super duper duper helpful. I wish I could show you a picture of this book, but I can't. So just trust me, it's in there. And good luck with this packet. Thank you. If you want a tutorial on the rest of this, let me know and I will provide one for you. Have a great day.